Our friend Dr. Keith Ablow made another appearance on Fox News to talk about gay adoption. And I love Dr. Keith Ablow because he's a moron.
And I'd be so surprised if this guy's an actual doctor.
So I love what he has to say about gay adoption. He basically indicates that it's going to lead to polygamy. It's inevitable. Let's watch.
It's the opposite of inspiration from on high, which suggests that you would empathize with and care for others. This is narcissistic. I feel like it, so I'm going to do it, no matter what the science might show, and we need the data. But the bottom line is, how did we decide that kids are just fine to grow up absent their biological parents? Because, why? Because we love each other. Well, 3 people can love each other, so polygamy has to be close behind. How can you have same-sex marriage and not believe that 3 people can fall in love, which they absolutely can?
I love this guy quoting science because he doesn't actually quote it, right? They bring him on and they say he's a medical expert, so he must know the science. Except I've never seen in all his appearances on Fox News him ever quote a study. Like, he just says, well, the science, I mean, we don't have any science on it.
He doesn't read any of the science, because if he were a real psychologist, I don't even know what this guy's title is, right? But if he were any if he were any kind of expert, he's probably going to be on Fox News Business tomorrow talking about business.
Yeah.
Anyway, if he were any kind of expert, he would have read the data before appearing on this show, so he wouldn't make a ridiculous argument. According to the American Psychological Association, there is no evidence to suggest that lesbian women or gay men are unfit to be parents, or that psychosocial development among children of lesbian women or gay men is compromised. This is something we've talked about on the show. Okay, the evidence indicates that having gay parents has absolutely no impact on you whatsoever.
Plus, he says, oh, doing gay adoption is narcissistic. You know, what leads us to believe that, you know, we can take kids basically from their biological parents, instead of having their biological parents raise them, but we're not, nobody's going in and saying, give me your kids. Your biological parents, give me your kids, I'm gonna give it to gay people, right? No, these are kids that are up for adoption because their biological parents gave them up. Either they're going to have no parents or they're going to have gay parents. And there is overwhelming science to back up the fact that having gay parents is 1,000,000 times better than having no parents. In fact, we had recently...
You don't understand. Have them in foster care, okay? Have them bouncing around from home to home. That's much better than having gay people take care of them.
Right, and we had just done a study on the program a couple of weeks ago where we showed, in fact, gay parents oftentimes, simply just because they're making a choice to become parents and have to go through such a tough process to get there, anybody who's doing adoption has to go through that tough process, that they oftentimes become better parents on average, right? And it's not because they're gay, it's anybody who does the adoption because they put forward that kind of effort on average sometimes based on parameters winds up becoming better parents. Now, it doesn't mean just because people are adopted they had better parents, but we're talking about macro picture, right? Now, instead, he's like, I don't know, I'm on Fox News. Yeah!
Why don't you guys look at the science?
And by the way, how is it narcissistic to say, hey, you know what? I am going to structure my life around taking care of other human beings that no one else has stepped up to take care of. That would not be narcissistic. That would be the exact opposite of narcissistic. Do you have any idea how hard it is to raise kids? Somebody volunteers to do that for someone who is not their biological kids? That would be the opposite of narcissism.
You don't understand. He's a psychiatrist, okay?
Oh, well then.
It's
okay.
Dr. Keith Ablow, so what he says must be right.